All right. You can unmute. You can unmute Morticia. It's good. It's good. Welcome, welcome to a special spooky Sunday with me and the one and only Evil Queen Morticia. Time to bring a little bit of paranormal out, if you say. You can unmute Morticia. We're good. I don't know if you can hear me. But, oops, where'd she go? I hope she comes back. Anyway, let's do this. There we go. There you go. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Were you sitting there talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't hear nothing, so I had to bounce out and then come right back in.
Yeah. Hello, GBT.
So, yeah,
What's
me and
up?
James have been talking, and he wanted to. Well, we both wanted to talk about the Blackwell Witch. So, what was your thoughts on
Yes.
that?
It was very interesting. There has been people saying that it was a hoax. But the only thing I can't figure out, Morticia, if it's a hoax, how do things get moved without people hearing footsteps, people running and moving?
I mean, it can, be so easily edited and everything. And even if it is a hoax, you guys definitely got to watch it because it is creepy and be your own, judge for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But I liked it. At the beginning of it, he talks about, that he's not a believer in paranormal. He's not a believer in ghosts,
Yeah.
spirits, or anything like that. So he wanted to do his own documentary. And the thing about it is, when he does reach out to this elderly man in Pennsylvania, the house, that is the Blackwell ghost story. They filmed it in this house where
Hey,
the
Wolf.
lady was pretty psycho, supposedly. She's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Wasn't the house built like back in 1930 or something like that? 1930 or
yeah.
1940? One of those years.
And
Hi, Wolf. What's going on,
and the
Steven?
guy that done the documentary
Mm-hmm.
said it looked identical. That's a that's an interesting thing because no houses through the years can look identical. I wouldn't think.
What do you mean by identical? Like from the picture back then to the picture today?
Yeah, talking
Well,
about the trees and the house structure. Yeah.
yeah. Well, they did do some renovation on that house. And when you do watch the documentary, what's pretty wicked about it is there's a well down in the basement, and supposedly Miss Blackwell was pretty that known as criminally insane. Like she was just this crazy bitch, and
Yeah,
children started coming up missing, and supposedly she chopped them up and threw them down in that well.
exactly. It just makes you wonder, how many people stayed in that house after that.
Well, he did pretty much. I
Uh,
mean, he said that his parents bought it. He's lived there for like, what did he say, 50 years? Both his
Yeah.
parents died. His dad fell down the stairs, broke his neck, and his mom died recently. And she had just got back from the doctor where, she was fine. Everything was, clean bill of health. And then the next day she died of a heart attack. And he's like, I don't know if something scared her to
Oh
death
yeah.
or what. But, and then the guy that's, what's his name, John or whatever, he's like, you know, did your parents believe in the ghost? And he was like, oh yeah. So to make this long story short, the old man that owns the house was like, I'm going out of town. Why don't you come and stay for a couple days and, you know, be a judge for yourself? And then that's when shit gets creepy.
Yeah. I mean, the older man said that he could hear the ghost stopping like on the other side of his bedroom door and just stop there and stand there.
Well, you know why, right? Wasn't that room a new addition to the house?
Yeah.
So that's, I think, or he thinks that's the reason why, because the house had been renovated, and that room was a new addition. So it would come like you could hear, like basically it's stomping up the stairs, and then when it got to the door, it stopped, and it would. He felt like it stood there all night, like which was creepy.
Exactly.
But when the guy and his wife stayed there, that shit was it was pretty intense because they wake up one night to the smoke detector going off, and as he's
Uh huh.
going down the stairs, as he's passing the bathroom, the faucet's on and there's smoke everywhere, and then the faucet's on in the kitchen, and what did it I guess it was something to do with the stove, but the stove and the oven and everything was completely on, and that's what was
Yeah.
smoking. They woke up to that, and then the basement door being open, so it was like something came through the house and did that, which they believe
Exactly.
is
Because
scary.
he checked that door twice and both times it automatically it was open and he eventually had to go downstairs.
Hmm. Yeah, so if you
I
guys
was like,
have Prime
wow.
TV or Prime Amazon, it's on there. Go watch it, check it out
Yeah.
yourself. It starts out with the one video, and I'm sure everyone has come across this video. Play that bean footage, James. You got it set up?
Okay. Yeah. Me. It's coming right up. Make it bigger so people can see it. Now get a load of this. If this don't scare nobody, something wrong.
I believe it to be true.
Oh yeah.
And the guy that does the movie was supposed to do the interview with this guy
Yeah.
that captured the ghost in the hotel.
It's room 209. Amy says nobody checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John?
Now that was screaming. I don't care what they heard. That was
There's no
screaming.
one checked into that room.
Hmm.
There should be nobody in there.
No one was supposed to
Wait
be
1
checked
second,
in
John.
that
Are
room.
you there? Yeah, John said
Exactly.
he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But,
Twice. There it
I want
goes.
to show that no one's checked into that room. Correct. John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Hey, John's going to enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John? John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture has been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
Now I think just in case people missed it. Look at the look when he comes out. It just says it all.
Hmm. Wolf said it sounded like a whistle. No,
Uh,
it was a
to me, it
ghost.
sounds like a scream. Yeah. He saw something. He had to see something because he turned and looked back. You know,
It was
I
a
think he might have saw an
disembodied.
apparition.
It was a disembodied scream, is what I believe it was. Go back. I
Hi,
saw a shadow
Kendra.
come out of the door. Yeah, that's what it was. It was. It was an
Yeah.
apparition
How
coming
you
out.
doing, Kendra Ross? Welcome to the channel.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
I mean, it's
he
just,
was originally supposed to go do the interview with him, but he never called him back.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
but
something scared him so bad, Morticia, in that room. that he don't want no part of it.
Hmm.
And who could blame him?
It was pretty wicked. He said he went in and
I
seen the
just,
furniture piled up, and what do you say?
yeah.
The shower was on.
Wonder what the name of that motel was.
I don't know, but there's plenty of them
That'd be
because
interesting to find out.
hmm
Yeah,
yeah, there's plenty of them because I mean, well, people usually like go there and they commit suicide. There's a lot of deaths and motels, hotels. People go there, do
yeah,
drugs, and then murdering, people. So there's no telling that ghost there was screaming, and it definitely was a female.
yes, yes. And it just, I wouldn't go in that room after that. Nope.
Mhm. There's another video that I came across not too long ago of this guy who
Uh huh.
checked in, and it wasn't like an upper class hotel or anything like that. It was like a grade B motel,
Hey,
and
Black Star Ranch, how you doing?
he was there for the night, for business trip, and he grabbed
Uh
his
huh.
phone because he said that he hung up that how all hotels motels have phones. The phone kept falling off the
Yeah.
receiver, so he would put it back
Wow.
on there, and it just kept jumping off, and it freaked him out. That one was pretty creepy too.
Yeah.
Hello, Black Skull Ranch. Yeah, so he does. There's the first part
Well,
of that Blackwell wit or the Blackwell ghost, and then there's another part. There's like five parts to it, and he does do
yeah.
another. Yeah, you got to pay for them though, and of course I did because I was like interested. And he goes and
Uh
stays
huh.
in another house, another haunted house, and this is like in Florida, in the swamp part of Florida. And he does the
Oh
interview
wow.
with the guy that dad, that he grew up in this house, and his dad was a mass
Yeah.
murderer, and he would, murder all these women and shit. And the boy, when he was a boy, he said he remembered opening up the closet and seeing a body hanging upside down, bleeding into a bucket when he was a little boy.
Wow.
And people, he has gone, now you can rent it for, like vacation rental. And so he was like looking at all the reviews of what people have left for staying in this house, and every one of them said, what the hell has happened in this house? Other people, this house is creepy as fuck. Who keeps banging on the
Yeah.
door, and shit like that. And so he goes out there and he stays in this house out in the swamp by himself. And man, there's all kinds of creepy shit that happens. That one to me, I mean, you've seen the first one, James, but you haven't seen two,
Uh huh.
three, four, and five. Those ones were really fucking creepy.
Oh yeah. I can imagine it.
Graveyard. You're going to a graveyard? What are you going to do at a graveyard? You going ghost
That's gonna
hunting,
be.
investigating? Graveyards are
I was
fun.
going to one night during this pandemic stuff, and they canceled it. I was mad. I'm like, darn crap, you know.
You were going to go with a group or what?
Yeah, local group here.
You
Yeah,
should have went on by yourself.
I don't have the equipment, or else I would.
It's fun. It's definitely fun. If you got a little camera, take your phone. Your phone would have worked too.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to see what Black Wolf says about this graveyard.
yeah.
Yeah, I've done plenty of graveyards too.
Now, have you
They're
done? I hear as we was, you know, talking. You done a place recently?
Yes, I did a investigation on Friday. A good
Wow.
friend of mine's boss lives in a suburbs, and it's actually a really nice house. And they've been having some going on in her house. And so my friend reached out to me because she knows that I'm into this, and I have equipment and everything like that. So she wanted me to go over there. I was supposed to go with my best friend, but my best friend wasn't feeling um, good about this house. And, she told me I was shown a sign not to go. I'm not going to go. And I kind of felt a little weird about going to this house because of the information that was passed down to us. But this lady was in desperate need and needed
Yeah.
validation. And so, this so I did go, and this house was definitely filled with energy. Yeah,
Oh wow.
I told you a lot about it.
Yeah. But
The priest thinks I'm crazy. I told him I know I'm from Texas. Gorilla said, "Do y'all believe in hell and heaven testimonies of people dying temporary encounters
that's a
and
touchy
going
subject.
to either?" Yes, I do. I do believe.
Yeah. I mean, I do. Yeah. Well, I never told you about what happened to my brother and a group of his friends. Did I, Morticia?
Or
They went to this house one time. It's in the middle of a field. It's a big two-story house, right? Well, of course, they were big bad stuff, going in there. It was nighttime. I think it was Halloween night, as a matter of fact. They went in there. Of course, they had cows in the field, everywhere. Well, where it came, though, they went in, looked around the bottom, the main floor, I guess you'd call it, and saw a set of stairs. Well, back in the old days, they had the uh, milk cans, I guess you call them. Well, they decided to go up to the next stair, next floor. They went up. Now, keep in mind that, oh, there you go. There's two of
I,
you.
I got I got bounced out. I don't know what happened,
Huh.
but I
Okay.
heard almost everything you said. So go ahead. I want to hear.
Yeah. Just, and they went to that second floor. And when they was going up, the milk can was on that one side. They went up there, looked around, saw this big trunk. They took out three, opened it up, and they found three school books. Was one from Winston Churchill and two other school books. Well,
Hmm.
they grabbed those and grabbed a cross thing. I guess you call it a ceramic cross that was there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And when they came down, they were coming back down the stairs. The milk uh, can was on the other side of the stairs.
So you don't
And
think
when
they were
they,
pranking each other?
I don't know, he said that all of them was up there at the time,
Yeah,
but it's possible, But when they got ready to leave, the cows I was saying that was out in the field,
yeah.
all them cows circled that house, complete circle when they was leaving. Yes, and they
Wow.
have never been back.
So they got scared.
Yeah, one of the guys we know when my brother used to bring that ceramic cross out, set it on the
Uh,
table, would not come in the house.
Wow, that's where was this at?
It was in close to where I live, the next town over,
So it was
on
like an old
Halloween.
farmhouse.
Yeah, just an old farmhouse in the middle of a field.
I love investigating old farmhouses. There's a lot of them out here in Texas. You should know that, Black Skull. Wolf, you're absolutely right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. You do not like if you're gonna mess with the Ouija board and open up doors and get scared because you let something in and you're like, oh crap, I'm gonna get rid of it. And you think by burning the Ouija board that you're getting rid of the problem, you just made the problem worse. So yeah,
I'm
I just
surprised
don't
they
even
sell the
mess with
Ouija
the.
boards in Walmart and stuff like that.
I've never looked for it. So I mean, I've seen them like in how when Halloween comes, how they have
Yeah.
those stores. They're called spirits out here. I've seen them
Yeah.
there where you could buy them, but it just I just don't mess with them. So
Mm-mm.
and everybody that I have talked to that have messed with them has never had a good experience. Talk that have messed with them, nothing's ever happened. So it's just something that I don't know. It's something I don't want to
Even
fuck
when
with.
I did the interview with Chris McKennell, he said
Mhm.
they shouldn't even be sold in a store like that.
Yeah. And for those who don't know who he is, tell them who he is.
He is the grandson of Ed and, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Which happens to be a very good friend of mine.
Yeah. They did the Amityville investigation, the Annabelle doll, the original Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
And Morticia, did you know that the Lizzie Borden house just was sold again?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. For
Why
some reason, they can't keep that. Someone can't keep that house.
I'm surprised somebody just doesn't buy that and like fix it up as a bed and breakfast and
Yeah.
say, hey, stay at the Lizzie Borden haunted, bed and breakfast if you dare. There's a lot of people, and the lady that I was talking to that I did the investigation at her house on
Uh
Friday
huh.
actually has her house up for sale. And she's like, they just put it on the market. And I go, there are people out there that look to buy haunted houses. And I mean, I don't know if you would ever want to list it like that, or she's like, no, um, I didn't want to list it like that. And most people that are selling don't want to because they're like, they feel like it won't sell. But believe it or not, there are people out there that want to buy haunted houses.
Oh yeah.
Other week
Just for
I
the
was
fact it's
in
haunted.
New York, New Mexico, doing a paranormal investigation. Instead, a ghost chased me. I had roadrunner mad at me. It chased me down the street at the city cafe.
Oh wow.
Tons of farmers. Yeah, there is. There's one. Have you ever been to Balmorhea? Because there's an old farm house, and a lot of people were saying that's where the Texas Chainsaw was, but it's not. It's an old cow cow farm, and the barn's still there where they would put the cows in there and milk them and stuff like that. And then there's this big, huge, dilapidated farmhouse. And me and an ex-boyfriend were going to Balmorhea, and I seen it, and I told him, "Oh, let's go over there." And he's like, "No, I don't want to." And I'm like, "Well, I'm going. I'm driving." So I went over there. So he's like, "Well, you're not leaving me in this car by myself." And I'm like, "Well, then come on." So we go and we start walking towards this old farmhouse, right? And we had to really
Yep.
be careful because the floors were, they had holes in them and the ceilings were kind of caving in. And it was just, we didn't get too far in that house. And then all of a sudden, we heard zzz, and it was a bee. So I slapped at it, man. And then before I knew it, we were being attacked by thousands of bees. And we made a
Wow.
mad dash to my car. And I probably got stung
Oh,
like
I bet.
3 times. He got stung 4 or 5 times. And then it was like, holy shit. So after we sat there for a minute and the bees left, I guess they went back in the house. I don't know. We went into the old barn, which was really fucking creepy. It was creepy in there. And it smelled like something dead in there. And then we looked up and there we see these two eyes fucking looking down at us. And it was this beautiful owl. But after we seen that, my
Yeah.
boyfriend that was with me at the time was like, I'm ready to go. Like he was getting really pissed off. He's like, I don't want to fucking be here. Let's go. I'm not having fun. So I was like, all right. So we end up leaving. But man, that was a
Yep.
it was stuff like that all the time, you know. And Morty, I used to live in G Town before my birthday. Oh, okay. So you're from Galveston.
Oh, that's
Hearing the
cool.
back, yeah, Galveston, the Strand. I've been there. What are you talking about? I got
That's
a
true,
huge
Wolf.
file.
I believe that too.
Evil spirits like demons, etc., show up as things you're scared of, or things you're familiar with too. They lie.
Now, I've heard that some of the demons show up as children.
Uh huh.
I mean, I've heard that. I,
Yeah, like
and I don't
say
know
if
how true
you
it is.
say you're a father, they could mimic your child.
Yeah.
They're very tricky. Are you talking about the
Oh,
house that I was
speaking of,
talking about in Balmorhea, Black
uh-huh.
Skull? They said I got a huge file on it. I was doing a research on that farmhouse. The cattle farmhouse that I was talking about.
Oh, wow.
Shoot, Galveston, the whole island's freaking haunted. So many thousands of people
Wow.
died there, you know? So do you recommend the movie or what, James? Do you think that everybody should watch that movie? I mean, that
I
documentary we were
do.
talking about?
I do. And if you're a skeptic, make your own conclusions about it. You
Did
know?
you think it
But
was
yes,
creepy?
it's a good,
Did you think it was creepy?
yes.
And did you watch
And
it by yourself?
like I say, some people think it's a hoax. I don't. Ain't no way.
Right.
You know, because you can't go and do a documentary like that. Have a ball. You put a ball on top of the coffee table with X the toilet paper X. it'd be there, and a couple of nights later, it'd be down in the basement on that
on top of
drain.
that well. Yeah, on top
Yeah,
of the well.
ain't no way. And
Yeah,
that
just
guy looked scared. He looked scared.
yeah, he did. He did. He
He
looked.
did.
He's like, call the cops! Call the
Yep.
cops! And his wife's like, what? Why? He's like, God damn it, call the cops! That shit was funny, and I think his
His
wife
wife was
was
like,
a
"What are they
bitch.
gonna do?"
His
Oh
wife was
yeah.
a bitch.
I don't think he believed none of it. She was too much on her phone.
Be
Every
right
time the
back.
camera was on her, she was on her phone. Yeah.
I'm reading what Black Skull said. Be right back. The priest waving at me. I guess I'll let me check, see what he wants. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty good.
And
That was
Morticia,
pretty good.
and Morticia, I was talking about the Amityville house. It
Yeah.
was sold eight
It's
hundred
been
and fifty
sold
thousand dollars.
recently.
2016, I think. They changed the address too.
Oh, they had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to. Wolf said maybe a spirit could mimic a family member you used to love. Yes, exactly. They do.
That's true. I've heard that.
You know, if you really want to freak yourself out and really scare yourself, there's a game you can play in the mirror at night at the witching hour.
Wow.
And I think some people remember me talking about this when uh, I was over there on the other place. I won't mention it, but there was a certain
Yeah.
individual that had went and did it and came back and he's seen something and it really freaked him out and everybody was like fucking freaking out about it. Some people seen shadows after he did it, and it will fucking mind fuck you if you dare do it, but you better fucking know what you're doing. And you it's kind okay, Bloody Mary, right? Well, this
Yeah.
isn't so much Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
You're asking, because mirrors are a gateway, right? Mirrors are, uh,
Uh huh.
they're just a gateway of what it is. And, I don't even know if I should even talk about it because I don't really want people, because you don't know what would come in your house, but it's
Yeah.
like 99% effective and it's fucking very creepy.
Wow.
Hauntings and spirits are not a hoax. It's not.
That's right.
And see,
Mm-mm.
my brother is a huge skeptic. And he's like, oh, sis, when I start telling him, things that I've experienced, things, places I've been. And I said, well, I wish he lived closer. Because I told him, I
Yeah.
said, we need to go one of these nights to a place that is known for being haunted. Just me and you, no one else. And let's see if I can get you to change your mind. He's like, anytime, any
Yeah.
day. But we just haven't because he lives so far away. But I would love to one day take him to a known place that is haunted and see if he changes his mind and hopefully it scares the fucking shit out of him. Because I've been
Yeah.
touched, I've seen, I've witnessed, I've smelt, I've all of it. Dealing with the
Yeah.
paranormal. That's what got me into it is when I was younger. And I think everybody, when they were younger at some time, they may have forgotten, but has experienced some type of paranormal. Either it scared the shit out of them or they really wanted to investigate it and see what the fuck's more out there. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never heard of Bloody Mary? I thought everybody's heard of Bloody Mary.
Oh yeah.
Have you, James?
Yes.
How do you think you play
And
Bloody Mary,
Candyman.
James? Say it. How do you think you play it?
You say Bloody Mary 3 times. You go in the bathroom first. You cut the lights off. You stand in front of a mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times. And it's told that she showed up.
Hmm. I think it. You go into the bathroom. You
Uh huh.
stare into the mirror,
Yep.
and you have a candle. Turn the lights off. Light the candle, and you say Bloody Mary, and you're looking into the mirror, and then you turn. You do a turn, and then you look into the mirror and you say Bloody Mary, and then you turn again, and the third time you say Bloody Mary and blow out the candle. And then once you relight the candle, she's supposed to be standing either behind you or staring back at you through the mirror.
Uh huh.
So play with Bloody Mary. Try it. See
Yep.
what happens. I mean,
Okay.
kids do it all the time.
Or Candyman.
I don't know that one. I just know the movie. Is it basically
I
the
think
same
it's
thing?
basically the same way you do it. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of Bloody Mary, it's Candyman.
Candyman. And does he leave you candy?
No, I think you know,
He leaves something, but it's not candy, right?
exactly.
Those are old folk games, like when you go stay at people's house and you do the slumber
Uh
parties
huh.
or whatever. Go in there, I dare you. Go do Bloody Mary, shit like that. Is that the game you were describing? More, it's kind of like that, but it's a little more intense.
Yeah.
It's a little more intense.
And you know one thing that gets me, Morticia, a lot of these movies,
Hmm.
even the new Annabelle movies and all that,
Yeah,
they exaggerate a whole bunch of it,
of
the
course.
haunting and stuff.
It's Hollywood. It's
Yeah.
Hollywood. My favorite scary movies are the ones that do the jump scares. Like you're watching
Oh
and
yeah.
you're getting all into it, and then all of a sudden something boom, and it makes you jump.
Uh huh.
I love those. And while I was there doing
And
my
if you have
investigation
popcorn, it's
on
all on the
Friday,
floor. Yeah.
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 And while I was there doing my investigation on Friday, that young boy was telling me, he goes, do you like games? I said, I do. And he was telling me there's a number one scary game out there. And he's like, I'm surprised you never heard of it. And I said, well, I really don't game too much anymore. And he goes, well, look up Outlast. He goes, I've
Oh
played
yeah.
so many so many scary games. He goes, but that one really scared the crap out of me, and it even had me sweating. I had to like pause it and take a break. I'm like, really? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we looked it up and
Trenton
we're gonna get
plays it.
it. Yeah.
My nephew
Mm.
played that, and he said, "You gotta take a break every now and then."
Oh,
I
he
said, "I
played
can
that game?
imagine." Yeah.
You played it? Okay. Have you played it?
Yeah. It does scare you.
Yeah. Well, I did look it up on YouTube, and it
Yeah.
does look pretty. It looks pretty intense, so I can't wait to
Oh
play.
yeah.
It,
Imagine having a VR headset, a virtual reality headset, and playing that sucker.
I do.
I'd be running into a wall. Everything.
I do have the headset.
Oh wow,
I do. I have
that make
all of
you
that.
immersed in that game. You'd be like, hold on, I'm busy. Go on.
Well, there was one that we were playing. It was fuck, I forget which one it was. The new Resident Evil or something like that. I forget. It was a while back, and
The
it was
7.
also was ready. It was ready for virtual reality, and
Oh yeah,
I played like maybe 20 minutes of it, and I said, "No, I can't do this. It has me too damn uptight."
yeah. It's just, I mean, games are getting into the horror now more than they have been.
People like to be scared.
Yeah. I mean, you have a Blair Witch game out now. You got Resident Evil, of course, and Outlast. They're all getting into the horror theme, I think.
I can't believe you didn't tell me about Outlast, damn you, James.
I almost forgot about it. There's
Yeah,
two of them. There's the first one and the second one.
I got to play the first one, and then after I
Yeah.
conquer that one, I'll play the second one.
I want, see, a lot of the games like that, I wonder if it's based on true stories.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. Slender Man.
I, I'm kind of wondering if Resident Evil 7 is kind of based on that Leatherface character.
Mm-hmm. Among Us. That I think that one's a scary one too.
Yeah. Wolf,
What did
what you
Black?
cooking?
Okay, back. Well, the priest is freaking out because in his office a cross went flying and hit him in the
Wow.
head. I told him I'd be there just in a few. I'll be back home at Lake Livingston in Texas. Oh, wow. So what are you gonna do? Go over there and see what you can do. You're gonna clear it. Cheeseburgers are cooking. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Well, Black Skull, I wonder, I'm just saying, I'm not a medium, I'm not anything like that, but I wonder if he blessed the office.
You know, ones that know how to. They're the ones you go to, especially in exorcism and stuff like that.
Yeah?
Well, that it's been fun. We just wanted to jump on and go live and talk about
Yeah.
this this Blackwell ghost story, this documentary. Again, it's on Prime, Amazon. If you guys want to go over there and check it out, I suggest you watch it late at night by yourself. It's even funner.
Yeah.
And there is a 2, 3, and 4 and 5 to it. You have to pay for it, and of course I did. I liked it. It was pretty creepy. So all of them are
Yeah.
creepy. So anything else you want to talk about? Because I've got to do the laundry and get my dinner started as well.
Well, I'm good. If you are, Morticia, we had a good stream, a really good stream. I hope we do more of them.
I don't mind doing it when I can. You
Uh
you
huh.
know, you and Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, when I get don't mind, we'll find different subjects to talk about. Like talk paranormal and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And we'll have to call on sometime and talk spiritual or anybody that wants to talk about it. Wolf, we'll get a panel
Yeah.
going and everybody could talk about what they've experienced or any questions or anything. I
Yeah.
think that would be fun. And we'll just leave it at that. Again, thank you for having me on, James. It's been fun.
No problem.
And like I always tell everyone, stay awake, keep your horns out, sharpen and polished.
Oh, well, everybody have a good day. We will see y'all again. Hope you soon. Take care.